Hi, I'm Kristen. This is my YouTube channel, Woollypetals. I usually share quilting on this channel, tutorials and DIYs, a little bit of craft and chat, um, because that's what I do. I quilt. I actually specifically make quilt patterns and sell the patterns. So I just thought I would pop on, say hello, give you a little bit of background and why I'm doing this tour of my home. So I'm an interior designer by trade. I have a degree in it and I had my own business prior to having children. I took a break, had kids, they got older in school full time, and I went back to doing interior design just through the course of some friends asking me to help them do a few things, and then leading to other larger projects over the last 5 to 6 years. And that was a lot of fun, but I kind of determined that interior design as a career was not really for me anymore. It's a lot of time away from home. It's a lot of high stress custom, and I just didn't love it as much anymore. I still truly love interior design, and I will always have my hand in it. But I kind of tell myself this house is kind of the culmination of my career. My husband and I in 2020 decided that we wanted to move out of our neighborhood. We loved our home, but we had a very small amount of yard and we just wanted a little bit different for what our family life looked like. And so we started looking for homes um, summer 2020, and then decided to build after not being able to find anything that we really truly fell in love with. So we started the process of looking for land and almost bought a different property and then found this one. And it took about 2.5 years from the purchase of this property to work with an architect, work with builders, get quotes, all that stuff, and to move in. It was about 2.5 years long. So it was a long process, which you can imagine changes kind of how you use your house over 2.5 years. But we poured a lot of our heart into this home. We spent so much time with the architect. We were very specific about what we wanted, and we really think that we landed on something that fits our family very well, even as we've gotten older as a family. And it's not lost on us that we are very lucky to have what we have. I just want to preface this whole video. It is a large home, has a lot of amenities, and both my husband and I, our backgrounds are similar, where we were raised in families who worked really, really hard and sometimes just barely scraped by. And as we've become adults and got married, we've worked really, really hard for what we have. So we do not take it for granted. We've built this life, and I'm sharing just little bits of it with you. So I really hope you love our home. If you don't, that's fine. Everybody has different tastes, but we love it and are very happy that we get to be here every day. And I personally just am so excited every day that I get to actually live in this house. Sometimes I can't believe it still. It's just like amazing to me. So enjoy the tour. And if you want to hang out with me some more, I'm here on YouTube occasionally. I'm over on Instagram a lot at Woollypetals. And also, very rarely, but you can see some of my past projects on Kristen Roush Interiors on Instagram. Welcome to our home. This is the front door and the front entry. So let's swing around and get started. So we have a large foyer to house our front staircase and be open to the family room. But first we're going to go over here to this little wing, and we're going to enter my husband's office. He has a back corner of our house, so a nice view of the woods. And this is a door that leads to a little balcony outside. The other side is a window to look like a door. And then his view, he does have a fireplace in his office with lots of storage. The fireplace was one of his main requests for the house. Right next to his office in the front of the house is our first floor guest room. So we have a queen size bed, a couple chairs. This we dubbed the parents' room because my parents live a few hours away and they come in at least once a month to stay with us. So this is their room, essentially a closet, And then they have an ensuite bathroom over here, which my favorite part of is probably the floor. My mom really loves American flags and Americana, and so I did that as a little ode to her. I found that fun little needlepoint that passed by really quickly of an American flag and hung it in there. But it's a nice little ensuite for this bedroom that does get used by more than just my parents. But essentially, it is their space when they are staying with us. And so we are moving on to a little powder room that is off this front hallway, too. Bathrooms in the house were such a huge topic as we were designing this home, but this is our front powder room that services like my husband's office, the kitchen area, and the front like family room area. I had a lot of fun designing all the cabinetry in the house, but this was a little bit more fun just because I feel like powder rooms you can have a little bit of play with. And then I found this amazing bird wallpaper that I added into this room. So it's just a nice little cozy size. Coming back out, we are back in the front foyer and our family room. So we have a family room up here. We do not have a TV in our family room. We made this very similar to the family room in our old home. It's a tiny bit bigger, but not by much. Definitely has taller ceilings. And I did stone on this fireplace with a concrete surround. And then, of course, just because of this being a custom designed house, where our windows are and stuff is different, but it is very similar to our old family room. We're not a big TV family in the family room. We have a special TV room for that, and we have a movie theater elsewhere. So this was a space that we just use for hanging out and for gatherings. It is right off the dining room kitchen as well, which is the heart of our home. And when designing our home, one of our biggest requests was we wanted a very large kitchen and dining room, all one space, kind of in the middle of the house because that's where we spend the most time. And from the get-go, when our architect gave us the first rendition of plans, this is how it was, and it kind of stayed this way because I loved it so much. She took so much information and inspiration from pictures I had given her, and we made little tweaks here and there, but this was one of the factors that stayed the same. We have a very large island, a little space over here that is upper cabinetry and decorative cabinetry, of course, but other than that, it's all lower cabinetry in our kitchen with this big hood moment that I love. One of our good friends, we hired him to do this Venetian plaster on it, and it turned out so good. Then we have our pantry right there, but we'll go into that in a minute. I did solid surface countertops and backsplash. I didn't do a tile backsplash in here. And then I, again, custom designed all of this cabinetry, and our cabinet maker made it. We have the big beams across. We have another good friend who we had make our dining room table. And yeah, it's amazing. That to the right there is our refrigerator. But then we go into our pantry, which is a reason I don't have a lot of upper cabinetry in the kitchen and was able to do that is because we have this full pantry that has a lot of storage for all of our food, any additional baking dishes, all those cabinets up at top are filled. I did this beautiful blue color in here with a little bit of accent of that wood. It opens into the foyer coming from our kitchen and to the kitchen itself, which is perfect for us. The kids come in here a lot and grab snacks, and it's great. We're going to hop back from the kitchen dining room area and come down this hallway. The pantry is right to the left. The screen porch is to the right. But this is our TV room to the left as well. It is all open because we want to be able to see easily into it when our kids are in here. We do watch stuff in here as a family, but mostly it's used by our kids or one parent and one kid or kids and friends just to watch shows, play video games. If we're usually watching something longer format as a family of four, we will go down to our movie theater. If we're just watching something quick as a family of four, like a 10-minute YouTube video before bed, we will watch it in here. And it is great. It is the perfect space to have open and close to the kitchen so that we can hear and see what our kids are doing with their friends. Our screen and porch is right across from the TV room, and these doors slide all the way open in the summer, which is awesome. And then this screen and porch has screens that go up and down. In the summer, they're mostly down to keep the bugs at bay, and we spend a lot of time out there, and we keep the doors open a lot. We have heaters on the ceiling, a fireplace, so when it's not 14 degrees like right now, you can definitely use it in the winter too. So back from there is our back staircase. We have 2 sets of staircases, essential for us. We love it, and it was a feature we brought over from our last home. But first we go into our mudroom. This is on the side of our house, so we have an entrance for our kids' friends, our friends, going and out to do yard work. This is our side garage that is more for kid stuff and work stuff. We have a closet right to my right here, which you don't need to see, but it's just, hanging coats and extra storage. These are our lockers. So we each have our own locker that we hang our daily coats and purses and shoes, backpacks, and stuff that we need on a daily basis for. I have lots of storage up above. Turning around, we have a little laundry room here with just a nice little utility sink. And this is great for all the laundry we have from our pool, and then downstairs guest laundry, all that stuff. It's awesome to have 2 laundry rooms if you can do it. So I'm going back farther into the mudroom, which we have that exit out to the back patio, and we have a pool bath right here. Just very simple. We didn't end up doing a shower and a pool bath. There is one in our basement bathroom you'll see later. But we did tile up the wall about 6 feet, and I had a really fun time designing the tile on the floor, and it works great. It is off our mudroom, so it gets used a lot for everybody, but it is right off our pool, which we're going to walk into through this door. So we do have an indoor pool. I knew I wanted a pool when we were building a custom home, and then my husband got this crazy idea to build an indoor pool, which has been really wonderful, to be honest, and he uses it daily. It's just kind of a crazy thing, but since we live in an area where you can't use the pool half the year unless it's indoors, he decided that the expense was worth it. We have a little kitchenette in here that is great for just washing hands real quick. We have popsicles in the freezer. We have a closet that I don't show you here, but it's full of pool stuff, and the floor to our mudroom actually works really great, being brick and being off the pool, because kids go in and out of the bathroom, and we don't have to worry about the floor getting ruined because it's brick. This is just a little vestibule outside of our car garage, which I'll just share a little peek right there with you. Nothing special, but it works great. So from here, and that's the closet right there, that closed door. So we're going to go upstairs from here. I have actually hung a lot of artwork up this back staircase, artwork that my kids have done and artwork that I've collected from artists, prints, some original artwork by a couple friends, as well as my dad has done an original watercolor that you'll see on the top part of the wall, and vintage. That's a really fun gallery that I hope to expand over time. My daughter actually has some fun artwork, and I've done a couple needle points in there too. Oh, and there's vintage artwork, which might be original. At the top of our back stairs is the kids' hangout, quote unquote, also known as the pigs' hangout, because our guinea pigs live here. But it is just a small little space off my sewing room where we have some hanging chairs, the guinea pigs. There's the built-in area with books, and you can cozy up in there with all the fun pillows. That light is vintage. It was a super exciting find. And I have some other things to do in here, like a built-in desk, a mural, and a piano's going there soon. Off of that, you walk right into my sewing room, and it's a very large space. I feel so very lucky to have it. If you want to see more of the sewing room, I have a full sewing room tour video where I talk you through all the aspects of my sewing room, how I designed it, all that stuff. It's a lot of fun. I would highly recommend going to watch that. It's on my YouTube video. I'll try to remember to link it down below, but since this is just a quick few minutes in here, I decided I would mention that to you guys so that you would go watch that and see more of the sewing room, especially if you're here because you follow me for my quilting stuff. Back out, we have my son's room right at the top of the stairs. This is a fun room. We don't have too much decor happening in here because he doesn't really care. He doesn't have a lot of time in here. He doesn't spend a lot of time in here, I guess, but behind me, that door goes to his bathroom and his closet, and there's actually an attic space, which I've shared a picture of on my Instagram before. I'll try to remember to insert it here. It's of his music attic that is just unfinished space that he has drums in. It's great because it's far away from the whole family. So we're going down our hallway upstairs now, and first is my daughter's room. She has a lot to say about her room and spends loads of time in her room, so it is actually very decorated, and it's actually getting a mini makeover for her Christmas present. So this doesn't even look like this anymore, but it's a lot of fun. We didn't do any paint or anything. She just basically got a bigger bed and changed a few art things. So she has a really fun room. Of course, girls' rooms are so much fun to decorate. And her bathroom has been a lot of fun to figure out. This is a fun wallpaper I found on Spoonflower. Her floor was one of my favorites, and her shower with her tub in it, because she loves spa, bathroom, bath stuff, all that stuff. So she does have a walk-in closet back in there. I didn't really show you guys their closets because, you know, kids' closets are always messy and they're just like simple walk-in closets. So back out, we're turning away from the kids' hangout in the back staircase. We have a closet to the left right here that houses our upstairs furnace. And then we're going to go into our laundry room that is upstairs. And let me say, this is a game changer. I am so happy that we decided to put a laundry room on the top floor where all the clothing laundry is. And it has been really amazing. We have a huge linen closet because our last house, the linen closet was literally like 1.5 feet wide by 1.5 feet deep. It was tall, but it was tiny. And so a large linen closet, because we have a lot of guests, so we have a lot of linens, was a huge factor for me. And then the glass door and glass window are to help the light stream into that hallway, because otherwise it would be a darker hallway. And we love light. You might have seen the windows across from my daughter's room too to help light in. This is our upstairs guest room, and I just kept the color of our guest room in our old house because I love this color so much. And I transferred over the beautiful butterfly decor. And then I had a lot of fun designing this bathroom too, because cute light fixtures, pretty green tile. We did another fun hexagon floor tile. The cabinet has some reading on it. I just love those little details. So this guest bath is small but mighty, and it is our only tub in the house. We figured we should put a tub at least one place in the house. We do also have a full walk-in closet in this bedroom, just because while we want to live here a long time, we realize that for resale value, some of these things are beneficial, and if anybody ever needs to stay with us for a long time. So this is the front upstairs hallway. We have this beautiful glass window that looks the family room, and then we are going to go into our bedroom. You can quickly see a little bit there of the front staircase, but we'll get back to that in a minute. Our bedroom is this wing over here on the side of the house above my husband's office and our first floor guest room. It was really tricky to get what we wanted in here in terms of just orientation. We ended up having a rather large bedroom, which we don't need because we really only sleep in here. So when you're designing a house, you design the first floor first typically, and then you have to fit the upstairs into the same space as the downstairs. So there were some tricky parts about fitting what we wanted into this space, just because of how you enter the space and because we really have a smaller section that to come over to this side of the house, so to speak. But I have a larger closet. You can access my closet from the bedroom and have the bathroom closed off and still have my closet accessible, which was important because my husband's closet is in the bathroom. So we have a large shower. Through the windows To my left here, there's a door. There's an outdoor shower. That was another one of my husband's really specific requests for this house. We have double vanities, and then there's like just a little toilet nook, and then a tall storage cabinet, and then my husband's closet, which is decent size too. Both of our closets are definitely larger than we needed, but to fill the space, it worked out. I wanted access to my closet while he was in the bathroom, so that's why we have that little vestibule where my closet is. So it is really lovely, and having a larger space like that is nice, even though it's not super needed, but it's just kind of how it ended up. So this is our front foyer with our front staircase, and you can see I filmed a little bit of a lag there because our shades went down, but we have this fun little nook that we put up vintage letters that say "Do Good." We had those hanging in our old home as well, and I think it's just a good reminder to us and our kids to be good and do good things. So coming down, we're in our front foyer again, but the tour is not over, don't worry. We're going to rotate down and go into the basement from our front staircase. So the two staircases are very similar, but a little bit different. This front staircase is a little bit offset, with one part of the stairs being a little bit shorter than the other, and our back staircase is perfectly even, where going up and down, you're going up more down the same amount on either side. So we just have a little landing here again with some cute little sconces. You saw my globes up there. It's a great little spot for them. And then our basement is large. We have this whole big entertainment space, ping pong table, and just a little sitting area. We have a game table with some fun pictures, and we play a lot of games and have game nights with friends down here. So there is a movie theater off of that room. We ended up doing comfy love sack sofas instead of like movie theater chairs. And I laugh because every time we're in here, I realize that most of the quilts we use in here are quilts that my friends have made us, because they always use that lovely minky backing and it's so soft. So back out to this main area, it is just kind of a hangout space. We would really kind of love to get some arcade games down here too, I think. We have a closet right to the left there that is just all games. So that's really fun. I'm hoping to find more vintage signs like that Pepsi sign. We just have a little kitchenette down here for things. We don't use it a ton. Maybe we will in the future, but popcorn and stuff like that. The bunk room is also down here. That was one of my requests for the basement, because our kids do like to have sleepovers, is a bunk room space. So that was really fun to design. There is a full bath. Again, we did waffle back and forth between a full bath or a half bath down here, and we ultimately decided having a full bath was better, and we were right, because we have had instances where we have lots of family and people do have to stay down here and shower too. So this is the back end of the house, and we have a gym area with a glass wall. And again, we did that to pull the light in from the window in the gym because it's a basement. There's a sauna, and then we have a storage room here, which was my other main request for our house, because our old storage room was minute. And under the stairs, there's just a closet with a bunch of like toddler toys and kids' toys that my kids don't play with anymore, but we keep around for nephews and friends that have smaller kids. So we're going up the back staircase from the basement, and this is pretty much it, guys. That's my house. So I'm really happy that you came along this tour with me, and please ask any questions you want, but I'll see you another time.